Peace, family. Happy Sunday. Lachey, how are you? How you feeling? How you doing? How you living? I gotta put these dishes away real quick. Then we can talk about some tarot and astrology. But first, how are you? You're blessed on this Sunday. Hey, Mama Furbin, you're blessed every day. So, this week, on the 21st, we have a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. And the dope thing about that is we have a second full moon in Capricorn, in the sign of Capricorn, in July. So we have back-to-back Capricorn full moons. Do I smoke weed? You sound like a narc. What up, Kian and Naruto? Here's the thing, Lachey. Children have been finding this page. So that's fun. Ever since it turned summertime, been having children in these comments. But I'm good. Family's good. The baby is at church with her grandparents. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit before she comes back in like an hour or so. Yeah, lots of children. Little baby tiny trolls. See, it's actually been making me feel like not coming on YouTube because nobody wants to play with kids all day long. So that's been fun. That's been fun. been infiltrating. I don't know about that, y'all. Oh, Jesus. Thanks, Lachey. And another thing too, blocking them hasn't been working. I kept timing out one person and they kept coming back somehow. So I was like, fuck it. Let's get out of here. I've had enough. So, yeah. Summertime is not the business when it comes to children and the internet. I also select every time I go live that it's not made for children. So I don't understand how these children find me. But it's been happening nonetheless. Thank you, Gorilla God King. Same to you. Thank you. Thank you for the compliments. So on the 21st, we have a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. And it's significant because we have a second full moon in the sign of Capricorn. And when we have a full moon in the same sign twice, there's an emphasis on that energy in your life, in your astrological chart. So if you know your time of birth, you need your exact time of birth, you can find a chart calculator, a birth chart calculator. You literally type in birth chart calculator and you look to see which house you have Capricorn in. Because everyone has a Capricorn house. So doing this will show you the part of your life that is being focused on right now with those double full moons. So for example, if you have Capricorn in the third house, then your communication, siblings, community, cars, transportation, intelligence, way of thinking, that is being highlighted by the new moon. This is astrology, this is tarot, this is a little bit of everything. So that is your homework, is to find where do you have Capricorn in your chart, and that is the part of your life that's going to be highlighted for you with these full moons. The first one is on the 21st. I would have to look at the date for the second full moon, but that's going to be in the month of July. And the moon is one of the most impactful planetary bodies, right? We know that the moon can change the tides. It can, it impacts everything. It changes water, and we are like 75, 85% water. You have it in the 9th and 10th house. Okay. So for you, Lachey, there's a focus for you on higher learning. So maybe you're wrapping up some sort of course or some lesson that you've been learning. Or maybe you're realizing, oh, I need to circle back to some sort of course. I need to focus in my time, attention, and energy on some higher learning, okay? Higher learning philosophy. It's also travel, and it's also the house of court and court cases. So the 9th house brings all of that into focus to show you, with the full moon, show you how far you've grown, how far you've come, and it'll also show you any places where you need to spend some more time, or maybe you didn't learn the lesson and you need to review. The 10th house is your public image in your career. So there's some sort of culmination that you're likely going to see within the way that you are perceived publicly, whether you are, I don't know, in the public eye more, or whether something happens at work where you receive more money or you receive more accolades. Maybe you're wrapping up some sort of work project. You'll have to check the degrees and see which degrees are being hit for you. But the 9th and 10th, the 9th is higher learning and travel. Also, the house of the law, court. Capricorn is your moon sign, and we're having a Capricorn full moon. So you could be feeling a lot when it comes to, and someone said the 12th, we'll talk about that in a second. So you could be feeling a lot, especially maybe it's nostalgia for how far you've come, for what you've overcome recently, for difficult lessons that you've been learning. It's kind of like the culmination of all of that. Interesting, you're a Capricorn moon. So yours is in the 12th house. The 12th house is the sign of the unseen. The 12th house is naturally ruled by Pisces. So in one light, it's about your spirituality. It's about your belief systems. It's about how you connect to the unseen, how you connect to a higher power. You said E, all of the above. Well, that's what this moon is for, to help you wrap all that up to reach a culmination. So really dig in, Lachey, especially if this is a focus for you or something that you're wanting to, if you put extra emphasis and energy into, then you want to pay extra attention to these full moons. But yes, the 12th house is about your spirituality, what is unseen. It is also known as like an artistic house where, because Neptune rules it. So it's about potentially your creativity, poetry, music, that sort of thing. This is a lot of info. Yes, Gorilla God King. So your 12th house, having this full moon in Capricorn hit your 12th house is going to help you culminate something when it comes to your spirituality or your creativity. Now, the 12th house is also the sign of undoing. So I don't know if you know any Pisces, but when a Pisces is not on their P's and Q's, Pisces can often be found trying to escape reality in some way. So you want to be sure that you're not doing too much when it comes to drinking, smoking, sex, escapism in any way when the 12th house is being highlighted. The 12th house is also about your subconscious. So things could be coming to light, right? Because the full moon is a bright light. The new moon is dark, the full moon is bright. So by having a bright light in your 12th house, it's probably going to show you the areas where you need to heal and do better, okay? You are a Pisces, okay? So it's like extra Pisces energy. The stuff that you've been ignoring and pretending not to see is probably going to be highlighted, okay? So don't panic, just address the situation, whatever comes up for you around the 21st of this month, and again during the full moon in July. You just want to pay attention and make sure that you're attending to whatever that is, okay? So for some people, you've been ignoring some change that you need to make, and then the full moon is going to show you, like, I really need you to do this work, okay? So for you, being a Pisces and being that this moon is going to hit in the 12th house, you want to make sure that you are facing whatever comes up head on and you're not suppressing anything or seeking to escape, okay? Because the only way out is through. I don't know if you've heard that before, but the only way out is through. You can't suppress it. You can't pretend like it doesn't exist. I mean, you can, but that means you're gonna have to deal with it all over again, okay? So the only way out is through. If you're like, fuck this, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, get through it, and then you won't have to deal with it again. It's when we continue to like try to escape reality and pretend like something exists, that's how we make it bigger, right? We get the opposite effect. And that goes for everyone, but especially Pisces and especially 12th house placements. You got to get through it. go through it, and then you can put it to rest, right? You're a Libra. Okay, so you would need to, if you're interested, I could pull it for you. I do it by donation, but you can absolutely do it for free. There's so many calculators. All you have to do is type in birth chart calculator and find one and type in the information it asks for. Now you will need to know your exact date or time of birth, because without an exact time of birth, it's not, the information isn't going to be correct. So once you have all that information, you can type birth chart calculator and it'll show you. And it does take, you might go cross-eyed the first time that you're looking at it, but the way it's set up is it's like a circle that is cut into 12 pieces. And those 12 pieces are numbered. The numbers are the houses. And each house is ruled by a zodiac sign. So you have all 12 zodiac signs in each of the 12 slices of your astrological pie. Yes, and place of birth as well. Usually people know that. Usually the issue is the time of birth. And people are like, oh, I know it was in the morning, or I know it was at night. But you need more than that. You need to know the exact time. So your birth chart is sliced into 12 slices. Those slices are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And in addition to the number, it is given the name of a zodiac sign. So in that way, we all have a piece of each of the 12 zodiac signs. That's why astrology is much more than your sun sign. We are all a little bit of everything in different ratios. So it is actually a lot more precise and mathematic than you might imagine. And it's like the deeper you go, the more you realize there's still more to learn. So astrology is definitely something you can spend your whole life studying and still learn more, which is wild. I think that's why I like it so much, is I feel I resonate very much with the idea of being like a lifelong learner. I love learning. So the fact that astrology is something you literally can continue to learn about for forever is very exciting to me. So, yes, there are professionals and quote unquote experts, but we continue to be shown, changed, and amazed by the placements, because there's lots of different ways for everything to express itself, right? So even as we change, the planets are changing too. We're entering into some unprecedented times with the planetary movements. Like Pluto moves like once a generation, and we're getting close to them moving again. And Saturn moves Saturn takes like 27 years to come back to one zodiac sign. So I say all that to say, as the planets move and we experience different things, we see different sides of the planets in ways that we haven't seen before, we haven't been exposed to before. So even the most seasoned astrologer is seeing astrology play out in a way that it hasn't been in like 80 years. So everybody is still learning and growing when it comes to astrology, even the old ones. 12 is a very common number. It's odd. I never thought of this. 12 months. Yep. Definitely. Exactly. It's your personal life map in the sky. And what I really enjoy about it is just like I was saying, we are primarily water. That water is our subconscious. So we are about 80% water, however much they say. your subconscious is responsible for over 90% of your daily actions. Your subconscious is like the part of your brain that is running 24/7. It's the part of your brain that gets you to breathe, that deals with your digestion. It's the part that remembers everything that has ever happened to you. And so, with our subconscious mind running 24/7, it's the one that is really in control of everything. Okay. The issue with that is we don't know what our subconscious is programmed to. The only indicators that we have are our external reality, right? So someone who's really anxious believes that, they're unsafe, the world is out to get them, and they believe that deeply because of their subconscious beliefs. So what I love about astrology and tarot is that it puts your subconscious on the surface. So when you're looking at your birth chart, you are looking at your subconscious mind, your subconscious programming. You're looking to see, oh, okay, this is my personality at birth, and I can work on that, because you can change your subconscious, but you can't change it unless you know what you're changing and do it with intention, because your subconscious mind, it is programmed through your environment, through repetition, and through theta brainwave state. Yes, you got to learn your birth chart. So you can be better than your birth chart. The point of astrology is not to say, oh, I'm a Taurus, so I'm lazy and I'm rude and I'm going to tell you like it is. That's not the point. The point is for you to see your subconscious, to see the things that are positive, to see the things that are negative, to see the things that require work, and then to grow past that, okay? And there's also a chart with that name. It's called your progress chart. So you can look and see how you've progressed from that snapshot of the day you were born, from those basic things, how you've progressed onward and forward. So if a person's sun sign is Capricorn, they will feel the effect. Yes. So Capricorn placements, especially sun, moon, rising, you're going to feel this a lot. But even if it's not sun, moon, or rising, there's still an imprint that Capricorn is going to have on everyone, because everyone has Capricorn somewhere in their chart. For me, it is the 5th house. So my house of creativity is being highlighted. 5th house stands for more than that, but for me, the 5th house is going to be highlighted. Everyone has Capricorn somewhere in their zodiac wheel, and that is the place where they will likely notice more shifts for this month. While you study astrology, must you believe in fate? So I feel like for me, certain things are fated to happen. So, okay, think about it this way. When you are on your way to work in the morning, there is likely multiple ways you could go to work, but the end goal is still to get to work. So you can take the shortcut to work. You could take the long way to work. You could take the neighborhoods to work. You could start to go to work and then realize, oh shit, I left my bag. I left my water bottle. I left my lunch. And then you have to turn around, go all the way back, and then make your way back to work. You see what I'm saying? Still, the end game is work. You still end up at work, but are you late to work? Did you make it in a straight shot? Did you take the long way? Was there an accident on the way to work? That sort of thing. So for me, certain things are definitely destined and definitely part of your path, definitely part of your journey. But it is the way you get there doesn't have to be the same. Yeah, I left my jacket. I got to turn back. I need my umbrella, whatever it is. But you still end up at work. So I don't know if that answers your question, Gorilla God. So for me, yes, I do believe certain things are fated, and other things on the way to those fated events, there's more freedom. But you also have to think about like the Big Bang. My chart is a locomotive shape. That's dope. So for you, it's like one thing leads to another, right? It's like your chart is literally telling a step-by-step story. That's dope. You did that yesterday. You left your jacket. Yeah, I feel like with the Big Bang too, if you believe that there's, okay, this also brings in like string theory, quantum mechanics, quantum physics, all of that. So there is a belief that every reality that exists is happening right now, all at the same time. That the Big Bang already happened, that time isn't unfolding the way we think it is, and everything that could ever happen is already as it is, and we are just experiencing it through our neural network in this reality. So it really depends on how deep you want to get. Are we talking about the multiverse? Are we talking about just this realm? You know, there's a lot to consider. But the short answer for me is certain things are fated. The way that you get there isn't necessarily fated. But if it all happened during the Big Bang, then it all already happened and we're just living it out. So I like these sorts of conversations, but at the same time, it's like, what are you going to do about it? There's not a whole lot you could do about it either way. We're still here. We're still experiencing life. We still have certain missions and bills and things we have to attend to. So really, I don't know how much it actually matters to know it. Especially because the creator, however you relate to the idea of God or the creator or the person behind our existence, is kind of unknowable. We can make as much conjecture as we want, and we can learn about the creator's nature through stories and through our lives and all of that. But at the end of the day, whatever we can imagine, the creator is bigger than that, right? The creator is literally larger than life. And yes, we have part of the creator within us. But if we knew all of the answers with a surety in this life, then the game of life wouldn't be worth playing, right? Life goes on. Yes, it's how you go on that matters, really, exactly. So it's like, okay, these conversations are great to have and to intellectualize, but at the end of the day, we're still here, baby. We're still here. We still got things to do. We still got things to learn about and experience and all of that. There's no escaping. There's no escaping the fact that we are still here and there are things that we need to do. So, yeah. I think it's dope though. I love having esoteric conversations and tapping in with people, seeing where their head is at. Because life is definitely interesting. That's for sure. At the end of the day, this is an incredibly advanced construct. And the nature of our creator is wild. Like, wow, bro, you thought of all this? You thought of all this? Wow, very interactive. Very well thought out. Gorgeous, beautiful. The sunset, immaculate. The ocean, you did that? Wow. So, life is beautiful, regardless of what it is, who's behind it, if it's a video game, if it's real, quote unquote, like it's real to us, right? It's real to us. We're in here. There's a lot of questions like, are we AI? Are we this? And it's like, at the end of the day, whatever we are, we're still here, baby. Yes, you're in this space of flow. You used to be focused on control. And when you're focused on control, God, the universe, whoever's behind it, does everything in its power to show you how little control you actually have. It's like, chill. You have nothing to do with this. You're just here to experience. So I'm glad you're at that point, because that's where all the magic happens anyway, when you're in the state of flow. You're just going with it. Like, all right, here I am. I showed up. Let's see what happens. All right, last one. You said your son told me this was a pick. Yeah, yeah. I can see that for real. There's a lot of scientific books about the nature of reality. He's an 11 life path. Wow. But according to quantum physics, none of this exists. It only exists because we're looking at it. And the person who won like the Nobel Prize recently was able to like prove his theory that reality doesn't exist unless there's an observer. So there's lots of people here observing, and that's what makes it real. So if you don't know what we're talking about, look up the double slit experiment and type in double slit experiment. Your daughter is 5 and she points out that the sun and moon are friends because they play. Aww. I like the way she's looking at that. So do you see astrology starts at such a young age? That's where we get astrology from. It's from people trying to communicate about the nature of our reality. We have these luminary beings in the sky, and people are like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And that sort of questioning starts at a young age. So people going back millennia have been watching these planetary bodies and ascribing them with certain characteristics and personalities to help explain what is actually going on in our solar system, in our cosmos. So this is not new. Astrology is not new. It's gaining popularity, but it's based off of observation. And that's why it doesn't matter if you believe in astrology or not, because these are observations that observations of when the moon is a certain sign, people are behaving in this way. And when the moon is in this other sign, they behave in this way. When the moon is full, this happens. So it's all based off of observation, which makes it scientific. Because if you are observing these things happening, where's my, there it is. If you're observing it happening, then that is qualitative data. Whew, that took longer than I thought it would. Yes, everything is based off of astrology. Seasons to religion, absolutely. So we got to give astrology a little bit more credit. Except I feel like I'm preaching to the choir over here. You guys already seem down with astrology. But it's like, sometimes people are like, I don't believe in that. Or this is the devil. And I'm like, looking at the stars is the devil. But I thought God made the stars. But okay. It's older than religion. In fact, it's one of the origins of religion, right? They started to name the planets. The oldest form of religion is sun worship, right? They started to worship the sun. So Yeah, girl. You know it. I'm going to pull an ancestor card just for the room. If you guys want me to pull your chart, read your tarot cards, you can send a donation and I'll do that for you. But let's just get a little general message for y'all. See what's going on. See what guidance we can get from our subconscious energy here. That one always comes out for me at the beginning. Okay. We have 3 of them. First one is Mother Earth. Feel loved and comforted. If it wasn't so important, the government wouldn't be trying to. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Although I have a lot of different theories on what that could be. Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. So this is reminding you that everything in our environment is here to assist us. Everything that happens to us, everything that is around us can be used for our betterment. Okay, it's up to us to figure out how, but everything around us is here to support us. This is also a reminder that if you haven't been outside lately, if you haven't been grounding your energy, playing in the sun, sitting in the grass, Earth loves you and wants to connect with you, to help you ground your energy, especially during Gemini season. With all these planets we have in the sign of Gemini, things are moving fast, 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 fast. We can ground ourselves down by literally sitting down on the ground, and getting back into our bodies, because Gemini season is a very intellectual season where we're thinking a lot, we're talking a lot, we're doing a lot, we're running around a lot. But we need to remember the power and the importance of sitting still and connecting with Earth's resonance. Okay, you're going on a bike ride today. Love it. The next one that came out is the Shaolin Master. It says, be graceful in movement and action. And this reminds me of how Mars is now in Taurus. So Mars is very fiery. It wants to go forward. It wants to be innovative. It wants to get things done. But Taurus is slowing Mars down. And it's like, hey, let's think about it. Let's be strategic. Let's, go slow and steady. So that's the energy that I feel here with the Shaolin Master. It says, be graceful in movement and action. So being graceful in movement and action to me means to slow down and think about what you're going to do before you actually do it. Take the time to think it through. Take the time to survey the energy before you just bolt out and do some shit. Okay. It's in your sign. Yeah, I'm a Taurus too. So the way to make, because Mars doesn't like being in Taurus. Okay. Mars is slower in Taurus because Taurus is like, wait. Let's make sure what we're building is something we can actually commit to. So the way to strengthen Mars while it's in Taurus is to wear the color red. Okay, because Mars, the vibrations of Mars corresponds to the frequency of the color red. So the way to make Mars stronger, the way to get more energy around the things you are creating is to wear the color red. So if you need to go out and get it and get some stuff done and you're feeling the slowness of Taurus around whatever that project is, wear a little bit of red. That doesn't mean you have to wear a whole red shirt. You can, but you can wear a red necklace, a red ring, something visible though. Something visible. So red underwear doesn't count unless you're walking around in your underwear. Okay? I don't like that. Okay, the next one is the Lady. And it's interesting, both of these are like Empress vibes in the regular tarot. Both of these women are very abundant looking, fertile looking. They're out here in that was not good. I need to strain it some more. Like thick juice. I didn't want thick juice. But both of these are giving Empress energy, and guess what? The Empress card is ruled by Venus, so Taurus and Libra. So leaning into the beauty, into the slowness, into the indulgence of the planet Venus is going to support you. The lady says, enjoy growth and reap rewards. And we love that. As we get closer to any full moon, it's a time of harvest. Yes, your nails and toes are red. It's a time of harvest. It's a time of like collecting the fruit of your previous 28-day cycle, and also however long it had been since the previous full moon in that sign. So again, the interesting thing about this week's full moon is we're going to have another full moon in Capricorn in the month of July, and that usually doesn't happen so quickly. You're making a smoothie now, hey. So we have lots of energy to play with. I love it because it's, helping us all to refine some aspect of our lives. Wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, you are going through some refinement and some closure, some sort of reward reaping in that sort of area. And sometimes the reward is like you just don't have to deal with it anymore. You're not dealing with the same sort of energy anymore. Let's see. In here in the chat, this is the Patreon. I recently started Patreon. It's called the Lover Goddess Awakening. Here we talk about all things astrology, tarot, the subconscious. And I work with you guys more one-on-one with you and your birth charts. We talk a lot about the transits, the moon, what sign the moon is in. We do focus on new moons in this group because that is one of the most potent moon aspects, right? You are able to plant seeds. And so this is about creating sort of the life that you want. So I chose to focus on the new moon. So every month you get a digital new moon guide to help you work with the energy. Every week I post the week ahead by sign, so you are able to see like the transits, the things that are going on, what you can expect by your sun sign and your rising sign. I post podcasts in there. We do lots of discussions. What up, pretty person? I think we're good for right now, but if you keep coming back, I'll make you a mod. So the Patreon is where we dive deeper into this, where I help you individually. You also get a one tarot reading a month. I help you with your chart and your transits and all of that sort of thing. So feel free, if that sounds like something you're interested in, to click and to join. And if you know anyone who might be interested in diving deeper into these things, share this information with them. So I'll be posting later on today in the Patreon the week ahead by sign, so you can check your sun sign and your rising sign. We'll also be talking more about the full moon. I have a podcast I need to post in there about the subconscious mind. So this really is a place for people who are wanting to learn and improve and grow. So if that sounds like you, feel free to check it out. If anyone would like a personal reading or for me to pull their chart, I have a few more minutes before I log out. You can send your donation to my Cash App and we can go through whatever information you want. I just put the Cash App in there. Peggy Sue, hello. It's 11:11 for a reading. Am I doing any freeze? Oh, we just did our free collective one. So you can look back in the video, rewind a little bit, and you can see the cards that we pulled. It's probably been maybe like 5-7 minutes since we pulled those cards. So go backwards. and you can get the free ones. So there's always, I'm always doing free shit, y'all. So don't feel bad. I wish I wasn't low. No problem. Don't feel bad, but it is an energy exchange. You can get a little free, but if you need something personal, you gotta exchange that energy. Yeah, so full moon coming up this week. Look to your chart to see where you have Capricorn. That's going to help you. And no problem, Peggy. I have, just go back a little bit in the video and you will get a message and maybe you'll receive something from that message. Yeah. Ooh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, boo. What? Let me see. I got it. Thank you. Did you have a particular question? And you want tarot? I don't know if you put that in the message or not. It's not showing me on my iPad. But let me know in the chat and I got you. Yeah, it's not updating on here. I saw it on my phone, but I'm trying not to pause the video. So if you have a specific question, I got you. If you want general, I got you. And thank you for your donation. I appreciate the love. Just a lot of energy right now, for sure. I'm a Taurus too, girl. My moon is in Leo, though. And yours is in Capricorn, right? Let's see. What's the thing you need to know, do, or understand? I love this. Ace of Cups and Temperance. So it's like, look, I'm bringing you a whole lot of abundance. I'm bringing you so much emotional wealth and fulfillment and stability and healing and forgiveness. But you gotta wait. It's a hurry up and wait game. Oh my God. I feel this. It's like I'm bringing you everything that you asked for, but you need to find a way to balance yourself out in the meantime. While you're waiting for it, it is your job to ground this energy down. So the thing about this angel here is he has 1 foot in water and 1 foot on the ground. So this, and then he's balancing these 2 cups. He's alchemizing, right? He has the triangle symbol. He's doing work. He's turning lemons into lemonade here, right? He is alchemizing his experiences, finding a way to be grounded and finding a way to work through all of the different ingredients that life is throwing out to him. So this Temperance card is reminding you that, yes, all those beautiful things are on the way, but in the meantime, while you're awaiting it, it's important for you to do the things, that ground you, because again, 1 foot is on the ground, 1 is in the water, not to get swept away in any of the busyness, right? There's a lot of energy going on right now. You need to make sure that you are calm, cool, collected in the middle, that you are so focused on your cups, on your alchemizing, on you turning pain into power, doing your meditations, doing the things that you know to help you while you are awaiting this fulfillment. We also have the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles. So the Hierophant is you as a Taurus. So this is also, so the Pope is like rich, right? So this is the same sort of energy here. Money is on its way to you. There's some sort of financial output that maybe you're awaiting that is coming as well. So we have emotional and physical financial gifts coming to you. It's just a matter of hurry up and wait, keeping the faith, keeping a high vibration. But it is coming, and it comes to you when you are in the highest version of yourself. There's also some sort of commitment coming up. So I don't know if you're having to recommit to yourself, recommit to your goals. maybe think about going back to school, committing to some sort of schooling or job or what have you, but there's a sense of commitment that's coming up as well. And maybe it's just committing to yourself and committing to that growth that you have um, upcoming. So all these here are themes. These two are major arcana, so big road signs for you. And then these are minor arcana, telling you sort of like how this energy is going to come in. So you're going to find the money, you're going to get the money, you're going to get the emotional fulfillment and wellness and love that you're seeking. And it may not come to you in a way that you recognize right away. Hey, yes, get back to it, get back to it. That's also what the full moons are going to help you with. So it may not come to you in a way that you're expecting, and it may even come to you in a disguise. It might even be disguised as a disappointment. And you're like, what the fuck? I did not ask for this. And then you realize, like, oh, that needed to happen so that I would pivot and, you know, go in this different, more lucrative direction. So that is, yes. And then we have the Emperor and the Ten of Cups. So Mars, this is Mars, is in Taurus, which is causing this hurry up and wait sort of dynamic. But then we have the Ten of Cups too, along with these aces. You are being rewarded handsomely. And because the reward is so handsome, the wait is a little bit longer, the work is a little bit harder. So just know that everything you're doing right now is not for no reason. You do need to dig in and get focused on the things that you need to finish. You need to keep your eye on the prize. This is very much an eye on a prize card. The Emperor, he's sitting down, but he's ready, right? Underneath his robe is his armor. So as soon as it's time for him to get up and go, he's ready. Yeah, so you're pivoting. Yep. So as soon as this abundance comes, so this is what do you need to do in the in-between time that could slow you down when you get your green lights. Okay. What have you been putting off because you don't need to do it right now necessarily? Or you haven't seen a reason to do it now. So get back to those things so that you're ready to like stand up and take off when it's time for you to like actively pursue something new. Ooh, that's dope. So cards are speaking to you today. For sure. There's lots of abundance coming to you, and not just monetarily, but also emotionally. Like you're being sent people, the people that you need, the connections that you need, the love that you need, especially if you combine that message with the ancestor message we had about Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted, enjoy. The lady said like enjoy wealth and reap rewards. So when you combine those together, like it's getting good. This last half of the year is getting good. Your licensure. Hey. Well, I'm glad you know what it is because it's time for you to do it, girl. It's time for you to do it. And as much as you can get done in the month of June, please do it because the astrology continue. Girl, I'm trying to move too. I want to move maybe August, September. But the way the astrology starts looking a little bit further, like in July, it gets crazier. It gets crazier. So, and crazy like in a good way, but still it's more to work with. So if you think right now is a lot, girl, there's going to be still so much movement. So get as much done as you can right now, even if it's like one small step, right? Because I always get stuck on this word. Cumulatively, yep, that word. When you combine it all together, those small steps make huge leaping bounds, right? So even if it's one little thing you do every day, you're still going to be farther ahead than if you did nothing. Okay? So that is my message for you. And for me too, girl. I'm trying to move. Where are you trying to move? I'm trying to move to New Orleans. And not trying. I am moving to New Orleans. end of summer, fall time. Unless I'm told otherwise. Yes, remain steadfast. That's what the Hierophant and the I want to call him the Emperor. I almost called him the Empire. That's what those two cards want you to do for sure. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here and allowing me to do that for you. And also know, like, we're living similar lives. Of course, there's differences, but there's a lot of similarities too. So you're never alone. You're never alone. But the baby is going to come back here. Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And like you were saying, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of different things to figure out and to iron out. And, you know, it's going to do what it does. Yes, there are parallels. There are common threads for sure. So we'll see how God makes it happen for both of us. Our job is to remain open and trusting. That's right, exactly. Exactly. But I gotta go. I gotta get some lunch ready for this baby so she can take a nap when she comes back in the house. But I love you guys. Thank you, Lachey, for everything, especially over the years. It's been a few years, and I'm grateful for you. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.